So today we will be talking about engineering drawing. So what is an engineering drawing? An engineering drawing is a technical, not artistic drawing which clearly defines and communicates a design to other interested parties. Other parties may have an interest in design collaboration, procurement or purchasing, costing, manufacturing, quality control, marketing, handling or packaging. So this is an engineering drawing. You can see here is a projection. So the roles of graphics are visualization, communication and documentation. So you can see this is the Minar of 1200th century with 14.2 meter diameter at the base and 2.75 meter diameter at the peak. It has inside stairs with 379 steps. So this picture is a graphic which is used to display this. Engineering drawing is even applied in the construction of ships, in the manufacturing of automobiles, in construction work. So the drawing, the way of conveying the ideas through the systematic lines on the paper, the art of representation of an object by the systematic lines on a paper. So the classification of drawing is artistic drawing and engineering drawing. So here we will be talking about engineering drawing. Artistic drawing is the one you do, paint in cinema posters, advertisement boards, etc. by your imagination or by keeping the object before you. So this is how engineering drawing looks. It is the art of representation of the engineering objects, example building, roads, machines, etc. So there are 22 drawing instruments, namely which you will need always: drawing board, drawing sheet holder, set squares, compass, divider, scales, protractor, French curve, pencils, sandpaper, eraser, drawing pins and clips, sellotape, handkerchief, mini drafter, sketchbook, roller scale, pencil sharpener and sheet folder. So these are the drawing instruments. Some of the pictures are here. This is the board. This is how the drawing sheet looks. You have to maintain a minimum margin width and size, and there should also be a title box at the right bottom corner of the page. It has also its own dimensions. So title block sample, this is according to your college or the university you are in. You will be instructed to do so. The lines and lettering. So the sheet size, this is how it divides: A1, A2, A3 and A4. Mostly A2 sheet size is used, and you can also see the length and breadth are mentioned here. So when you fold the paper into two halves, it's a A1, next fold it's A2, third fold it's A3 and fourth fold it's A4. So the lines, so thickness varied according to the use of pen or pencil and the size and type of the drawing. For pencil, the lines can be divided into two line groups: medium and the thin. Medium lines are used for outlines, dotted lines, cut in plain lines, and the thin lines are used for the center lines, construction lines, mostly section lines, dimension lines, extension lines, short breath lines and long breath lines. You should always make sure that the thin lines are opaque and transparent, and you can see the main construction apart from the construction lines. So in the finished drawing, all lines except the construction lines should be dense, clean and uniform. As I said you just now, construction line should be drawn very thin and faint and should be hardly visible. So there are the types of lines and the general applications of it. You can just go through it. The dashed lines are used for the hidden ones, the hidden portions of the object which are generally not visible to the generally not visible in actual practice, but you need to draw it. So this is construction, how the construction lines are drawn. You can see they are very faint and not at all visible. So here you can see. So next comes lettering, writing of titles, dimensions, notes and other important particulars on a drawing is lettering. There are many kinds of letters. First one is the single stroke letter. The thickness of the line of the letter is obtained in one stroke of the pencil It has two types, vertical and inclined. Inclined at slope 75 degree with the horizontal. The ratio of height to width varies, but in most of the cases it is 6:5. And lettering is generally done in capital letters, and the lowercase letters are generally used in architectural drawings. The spacing between two letters should not be necessarily equal. The letters should be so placed that they do not appear too close together and too much apart. They should not be either too dense, or too spacious. The distance between the words must be uniform and at least equal to the height of the letters. Lettering, except the dimensional figures, should be underlined to make them more prominent. So the main title should be written in 6 to 8 millimeter height, subtitle of 3 to 6 millimeter, notes, dimension figures 3 to 5 millimeter, drawing number 10 to 12 millimeter. I've shown you here the things. So dimensioning is the art of writing the various sizes or measurement on the finished drawing of an object. The various types of dimensioning: size or functional dimension, it indicates sizes; location or datum dimension, it shows the location or the exact position of various construction details within the object. Notations of dimensioning, you can see this is a symbol. So these are the various kinds of dimensioning: dimension line, extension line, arrowhead, note, leader, symbol. The units of dimensioning: as far as possible, all dimensions should be given in millimeters, omitting the abbreviate millimeter. If another unit is used, only the dimension figures should be written, but a footnote such as all the dimensions are in centimeters is inserted in a prominent place near the title box at the bottom of the drawing. So this is the way to place the dimension in a series. It could be either chain way or in a parallel way. This is a combined and this is a progressive way. You can just go through this. So next comes the types of dimensioning. One is the aligned and another is the unidirectional system. In the aligned system, the dimensions are placed perpendicular to the dimension line in such a way that it may be read from bottom edge or right hand edge of the drawing sheet. And in a unidirectional system, the dimensions are so oriented such that they can be read from the bottom of the drawing. Preferably the unidirectional system is followed. These are some important rules for dimensioning. Just go through it. All the dimensions necessary for the correct functioning of the part should be expressed directly on the drawing. Every dimension should be given, but none should be given more than once. And continued. These are also some important points. Arcs of a circle should be dimensioned by the respective radii, which is denoted by the symbol R. And for diameters, the symbol phi is used. Phi 10 means the diameter of the circle is 10. And when the space is too narrow, the arrowhead may be placed outside. Also, a dot may be used to replace an arrowhead. Radii of a spherical surface and square cross section of a rod is shown as below. Angular dimension may be given as below, and always you should keep in mind, you should take the compass and make the arc for writing the angular dimension. This is the method of dimensioning of a chamfer. And this is how the dimensioning of tapered surfaces is done. The ratio is mentioned 1:20, as you can see, and the slope of the taper is h minus h by L. Next is scales. Dimensions of large objects must be reduced to accommodate on standard size drawing sheet. This reduction creates a scale of that reduction ratio, which is generally a fraction. Such a scale is called the reducing scale, and that ratio is called the representative factor. Similarly, in case of tiny objects, dimensions must be increased for above purpose. Hence, the scale is called an enlarging scale. Here, the ratio called representative factor is more than unity. RF is found by using the following formula: dimension of drawing by dimension of object, length of drawing by actual length, or root over of area of drawing by area of actual area, or thrice root of volume as per diagram, or actual volume. Length of scale equals to RF, and this is the maximum length to be measured. So this is the end. Thank you guys.